I believe that you should try your best whether the reason is big or small. It was from several quizzes from school that changed how I should act daily. English, math, science, history, Spanish, and all these subjects. I have always looked down on them because it was sometimes too simple or I was just lazy. One thing that has changed me was the increasing difficulty as time passed. The difficulty was language. The language that I use on a daily basis, English. Even though I was born in Iowa, English wasn't easy for me. When I look at a word or a sentence, my head starts to spur into action, and I start to translate English to Korean and Korean to English repeatedly so I could understand it. It was always the reason why I took the time slowly and steadily to understand a question or a sentence. When I write an essay, I would search for ideas, then words, and a starting sentence for my essay. While writing my essay, I usually forget some words that I can only remember in Korean, and forget words in Korean when I write in Korean, so it sometimes stops me from writing furthermore. Starting with mathematics, I didn't study. I didn't really pay attention because it was all too easy. I paid attention if it looked difficult for me. That was where it all went wrong. I overrated myself. I had forgotten what a specific word meant during the math quiz. Getting a bad grade was a consequence of not paying attention. Continuing on, science was also easy at first, but harder as time went by. So of course I paid more attention as time passed by. One day I had forgotten there was a quiz. It was also the week where I didn't pay attention that much during class. The quiz started and the end result was horrible. I dropped the bomb in my overall science grades. Even though I brought the grades back up, I regret that I didn't pay attention. Above all, Spanish class was one of the hardest subjects. It was a third language for me, Korean, English, and Spanish. When I translate Spanish in my head, it goes through an additional stage, translating Spanish to English, then to Korean again and again to make sure I'm right. Even though I had tried to remember all the words, I didn't try enough because it was getting harder. Overall, I was lazy. Lazy to study and lazy to listen to class. The biggest mistake that I've made was being lazy. It was foolish of me knowing the fact that I was lazy, I continued on to be lazy. If there's one thing I would want to say to the past me, I would say to stop getting distracted by the things around you. Now that it's clear to me that I have to try my absolute best on any task given, I have started to change how I should act on a daily routine. The size of the situation doesn't matter. What you believe in and how you change on this situation matters the most. Thank you for listening.